Heading into Thanksgiving, the Warriors back from a 4-game road trip with a focus on family and friends. Stephen Curry's Toronto family and the meaning of whoa. Plus, Kevon Looney's Milwaukee and the coach he met who's been there all along the way. Next. The road trip started in Toronto, and as the Warriors arrived at the Air Canada Centre for a nighttime practice, the Toronto Maple Leafs were busy taking on the Nashville Predators. And this road trip eventually brought us here to Indianapolis. But let's start back in Canada with a story about a message wrapped in music. Over the years in Toronto, we've seen signs of woe, such as on a skull cap in the postgame 2 seasons ago, where we spotted Toronto-based rapper, producer, and member of the Curry family, Devontae, whose work is heard on Aisha Curry's 0 to 100 remix, where he also made a cameo in the video, as the message was in plain sight. Working on excellence. Now woe is also represented as ink that Stephen uses as a message for positivity in the pursuit of continual excellence.
So it's an acronym, and instead of woe as a bad thing, I decided to change the meaning and add some uplifting, inspirational meaning behind it. So I decided to make an acronym that stands for working on excellence until we over everything. So yeah, woe joy.
And Devontae's sound is in the mix with a music scene that's taken the world by storm.
All around the world where I go, people are trying to sound like Toronto, and it's a beautiful thing. I can't complain, because if we're inspiring, the world, that's a very amazing thing.
After Toronto, it was off to Boston.
KD knocking it away. Warriors running. The lob to Durant, and hammered with a right hand.
A win over the Celtics, setting up a game the next night in Milwaukee, where we met up with Shelby Parrish, coach and mentor to Kevon Looney, who has seen the forwards' drive on display for many years.
It really was his work ethic and his competitive nature. Kevon was a very hard worker. At the age of 8, he always wanted to keep playing and working hard. No matter how big a kid was, he get knocked down, to get back up. At that age, he wasn't always the biggest kid. He was soaking wet, probably 50 pounds. He's always been a smaller guy, tall and long, but he always worked hard and always wanted to compete. But his work ethic was something I'd never seen before. And Kevon wouldn't be a better representative for Milwaukee and for our young people as an example of the things that you're able to do if you continue to work hard, and what he's done. He's always been a great example for everyone that's been around him.